Hey everyone, today we are going to discuss the second problem in our dynamic programming playlist, which is climbing stairs. This problem will also serve as a standard DP problem and help you understand the basic concept of dynamic programming. Apart from that, it is also a very important problem and has been asked in many tier 1 companies. In this video, we are going to discuss both the approaches to solve this problem, that is top down to bottom up. We will first understand the problem and then try to solve it using recursion. Then we will memorize it and then we'll move to tabulation. Okay, so let's get started and try to understand the problem using an example. Our first example is second. So we will be given a number n and we have to return the number of ways we can reach to the nth floor or maybe nth level. Let's say we have a staircase. This is the nth level. This is our ground and we are allowed to take only one step or two steps in one go. So either we can take one step or two step, it's up to you. And we have to reach till n level. So we have to return the number of ways we can reach to n level. You are climbing a staircase, it takes n steps to reach to the top. Each time you can climb one or two steps. In how many distinct ways you can climb to the top. Okay, let's say n equal to 2. Here n equal to 1, n equal to 2. Let's see how many ways we can reach to top. Let's first try to take only single step. In first one step we are reaching here. In the second step we are reaching here. So this is one way. And the second way can be directly jumping to level 2 by taking a double step. So we have one more way. So ultimately we have two ways to reach to n equal to 2. Let's consider for n equal to 3. This is our ground, first level, second level, third level, and so on. First, second, third. To reach first level, we have only one way. To reach second level, we have two ways, that as we have seen in the previous approach. We have two ways to reach to third level. On the third level, how many ways do we have? The one way is this one and this one. So both of these ways are going to be on third level. If in both the path we are going to add another step, we will reach to 3. But apart from that, if we add one double step in this path, we will also reach to 3. So the total number of ways to reach 2 is 2 and total number of ways to reach first step is 1. So both of these steps will go to 3 because we are allowed to take one step or two steps. So from all these steps we can go to 3. From all these steps we can go to 3. So ultimately we can go to 3 by 2 plus 1 step, which is 3. Okay, if you try to think in a different way, try to assume that we have 3 stairs, 2, 1. On 3 we have to come. We are only having two ways. So on 3 either we can come by taking one step. If we take one step in the end, we are definitely coming from second. If we are taking double step in the end, we are definitely coming from 1. So all the paths coming to 1 and all the paths we are reaching to 2 will add to our answer. Okay, so for n equal to 3, our answer would be 3. So let's say we have to reach nth step. So to reach nth step for 3, we are coming from 2 and 1. So for nth step, we will be definitely coming from n minus 1 and minus 2. So ultimately we have to figure out all the ways we can come to n minus 1 and all the ways we can come to n minus 2. And ultimately we can add those ways. Let's say f is number of ways to reach n minus 1 plus f of n minus 2 will be equal to f of n. So this will serve as our formula for our recursion problem. And you can see that this is a bigger problem that we have to reach to nth step. And what is going to be the smaller problem? this is the smaller one, n minus 1. This is the smaller one, we have to reach to n minus 2. And this is the smallest, we have to reach one first floor. For that we only have one way. And on the zeroth level, that is on the ground level, how many ways we can reach to the ground level? We have only one way, by not taking any step. Do not take single step and do not take double step. Just don't take any step, you will be at the ground level. And also it will serve as our base case, f of 0 equal to 1 and f of 1 equal to 1. And after that we can calculate our answer for 1 to n. Okay, I hope you understood this approach, that for nth level we are coming from n minus 1 or taking a double step from n minus 2. So if I write a recursion for that, if n equal to 0 or n equal to 1, return 1, else return solution of n minus 1 plus solution of n minus 2. Now let's try to try none over a bigger example. Let's say we have n equal to 5. For 5, first of all we will calculate f of 5. F of 5 is using all the ways to reach 4th floor plus taking one step, and all the ways to reach 3rd floor and taking 2 step after all of these paths. Okay, so addition of both of these will be our answer for f of 5. Okay, now let's further evaluate the calls. F of 4 will first calculate the f of 3 and f of 2. F of 3 will calculate f of 2 and f of 1. And f of 2 will calculate f of 1 and f of 0. For f of 1 is equal to 1, f of 0 is equal to 1. So to reach to 2, we have 2 steps. So we are passing 2 again to 3. To reach 1, we have 1 step. So to reach 3, we have 3 steps. To reach 4, we have 3 steps from 3, and how many steps from 2? Now let's again calculate this f of 2. F of 2 is equal to f of 1, f of 0. From f of 1 we have 1 step, for f of 2 we have 1 step, and from f of 2 we have 2 steps. To reach f of 4 we have 5 steps. To reach 5 steps from 4 and rest of the steps from 3. So for 3 we have 2 ways. Either we come from 2, either we come from 1. For 2 we are again calculating. Here we have already calculated the f of 2 here, and then second time we are calculating here, and third time we are trying to calculate here f of 1, f of 0. So it is 1, 1 from 2, f of 2 it is 2 ways, from f of 1 it is 1 ways, from f of 3 we have 3 ways. So total we have 8 ways. Okay, so 8 is our answer when our levels are 5. But here we can see that our recursion call is going to have too many overlapping subproblems. For even a value of 5, I got calculated f of 2 3 times. And also if you take a bigger look, we are calculating f of 3 multiple times. First time we calculated here, and second time we again calculated here. So once we have calculated the value of f of 3, why don't we just store it somewhere? And also if we go in terms of recursion, our time complexity is going to be 2 raised to power n. As I see the recursion stack, it's going 2 raised to power n. And what is the space complexity here? Space complexity is going to be the this depth of this tree. So that is going in the worst case O of n. So 2 raised to power n is our time and O of n is our space. So it's exponential and not accepted. We are going to get TLE. So in our solution we have to do something, that if we have calculated value of 3, why don't we have to calculate it again? So to calculate value of 3, it means that total number of ways to reach to 3 from ground, and f of n is total number of ways to reach from 0 to ground. Total number of ways to reach from 0 to 1 is f of 1. So we are calculating value for all the value f of n from 1 to n. So to store values from 1 to n, we have to take a DP array of n plus 1 size, where we will get indices from 0 to n including. So to these indices, like let's say once we have calculated value of f of 3, I will just directly store value of 3 against third index, which is f of 3. And if I'm like coming to 3 again, I will just directly use this memorization and to to pre-compute our answer. In this way, we are just going to solve f of 3 one time and f of 2 one time. All of these code will be discarded, and our time complexity will be improved to O of n. Earlier it was 2 raised to power n without memorization. Now with memorization, it's going O of n. And what is the space complexity? Space complexity will be O of n, which is the depth of our recursion stack. So we have improved our time complexity from 2 raised to power n to O of n by using memorization. So this was our solution using recursion with memorization, which is usually called top-down DP approach. Why it is called top-down? Let me explain you. We have a bigger problem. We have to solve from 0 to n. This bigger problem we have to solve using smaller problems. From 0 to n minus 1 we need, from 0 to n we need, sorry, n minus 2 we need. So that's why it is called top-down approach. Now let's discuss the second bottom-up approach to solve our problem, climbing stair, where we have to reach to nth level from ground. This is first, this is second, this is third, and we have to reach till n level. So in bottom up, we usually try to solve smaller problem first, and then we reach and solve the bigger problem using results from smaller problems. Okay, so what is the smaller problem here? Solving a value 1. For f of 1 we have to solve, this is going to be our smallest problem. We are allowed to take one step and two steps. So to reach 1 we can only take one step. So the answer of 1 is going to be 1. So answer of 2 is going from 1 and going from 2, which is 2. So we'll keep on going till n and keep on solving the smaller problems. Now it comes to 3. What is the value of 3? All the paths coming from 2 and all the paths coming from 1 will contribute to reaching to 3. So which is 2 paths from 2, 1 path from 1. So which is 3. So to 4 it is 3 plus 2, which is 5, and so on. So ultimately what we can do is we can take a DP array 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 until n. So it is n plus 1 size array. We need to know the value of this block, and we will start from here. For 0 we can take our base case that to reach to ground 0 we don't need any step, or we can take 1, because we not taking any step, it means we have one way to reach to ground floor because we already here. Or if you want to start from here, it's up to you. So value of 1 is going to be 1. So value of 2 is going to be, there are two ways. Either you consider this as a base case or you consider this as a base case. If you consider 2 as a base case, you can pre-compute your value for 2, and let's say for 2 it is 2, and then you can fill rest of the values using 1 and 2. In that case 0 won't be used. I wanted to like use the loop from 2 to n, that's why I consider 0. So for 3, it is 2 plus 1. For 4 it is 3 plus 2. For 5 it is 5 plus 3, which is 8. So dp of I is equal to dp of I minus 1 plus dp of I minus 2 for or value of I equal to 2 to n including, and our dp array size would be n plus 1, and ultimately what we can return is we can return the value at the nth index. So that is going to be our answer. This approach is also taking O of n time and O of n space, which is dp array space and iteration to this array. Okay, I hope both of the approaches are clear to you. Let's just code both the approaches. Let's first try to write a recursive solution for this. I'm taking an extra function solution, and because I don't want to write climbing stairs every time. Now just implement the solution function private int sol int of n. For value of n, we are adding steps from n minus 1 plus n minus 2. Okay, but we also need to consider handle the base cases. If n equal to 0 or n equal to 1, I'm returning 1. This is going to be our base case. So n equal to 2 onwards, we are going to get a correct answer. Now let's try to test our sample test cases. But if I submit this solution, I go TLE because this is a 2 raised power n solution. We discussed in the example, we were solving f of 3, a solution of 3, solution of 2 several times. So from 2 raised power n, we have to reduce it to O of n. So I'm going to take a dp array for that and initializing this dp array to n plus 1 because I want to store the value of n as well. Now before returning the answer, I'm storing it against n, and also before computing it, I'm also checking whether I have already computed it or not. dp of n not equal to 0. 0 cannot be the answer, so I'm using 0 as a case where we have not computed it. So if dp of n is not equal to 0, it means we have already computed the value against n. So we are directly going to return that value, dp of n. Now if I submit this problem, my solution is 100% faster because it has reached from 2 raised power n to O of n. Okay, now let's try to write the iterative approach, which is bottom up approach. And now the LeetCode is down. Let's wait for it to get fixed. Okay, now as the LeetCode is working fine, let's write our iterative approach. In this approach as well, we will need a dp array of size n plus 1 because we want to have the index n, and ultimately our dp n value will be storing the answer for n. So first of all, we have to tackle the smaller problems. Let's say dp of 0. We consider that dp of 0 we will take as 1 because to reach to ground to 0th floor, we don't have to take any steps and it's considered as one step. And dp of 1, I'm taking one step. If you want to take dp of 1 and 2 as a base case, it's up to you, because in that case you will have to handle the case where the n value is 1. For n value of 1, you cannot check the value of dp of 1. Now for index I equal to 2 to I less than equal to n I plus plus, and now dp of I will be equal to dp of I minus 1 plus dp of I minus 2. This was our formula for this dp, and now dp of n will be storing our answer. These are our base cases. Okay, let's try to submit it successfully. Hope you understood the problem and both the approaches. If you have any doubt, you can comment down below. Okay, bye bye.